How's it going, everybody? It's the Bourbon Recruit coming at you with another video. Today I'm going to do a blind. In front of me I have three Buffalo Trace products that are around the same proof point, 90, 90, 93, one of which being probably the most popular bottle of bourbon on the planet. People who don't really know bourbon know Blantons. And then I have two of my favorites. I'm going to do a little blind and see where they come. So, you know, these two I really like. Blantons to me, So it'll be interesting to see, you know, where these fall. I'm going to test the nose, test the palate, test the finish, and see which one I like the most, see which one I like the least, and what's in the middle. And then we'll go from there. Okay, I like that. A little fruity, very, very red fruit forward, which is nice. Buffalo Trace is known for their sweetness, so it makes sense that these are mainly going to be more sweet forward. Same with this one, a little more like apricot, cherry than apples, but a little bit of caramel and butterscotch. I like that. This one smells a little more, less fruit, more butterscotch, more caramel, more vanilla. Okay. I mean, all three of these noses are great to me right now. There is no clear winner. And I know these three are fantastic bourbon, so it's gonna be really hard to differentiate off the nose. For me, Blanton's flavor tends to fall flat in the finish, so we'll see if that holds true when I don't know which one is which. Very oaky. You get a nice little tobacco in the finish. Has some sweetness on the palate, which is nice. You get some of that, you know, fruit forward, which is nice, and then you get a lot of oak and then a lot of tobacco on the finish. I'm going to have to assume that this is Weller 12, but again, I could be wrong, and I have been wrong before, and I will continue to be wrong. That's good. That's really good. So for me, I have to assume that that might be the Elmer T. Lee because it doesn't fall flat. It goes straight to the finish instead of, you know, you get the palate and then all of a sudden it drops off. That's also, wow, all right. So maybe I was wrong about Blanton's. So in the beginning, I thought Blanton's was, you know, the goat of all goats. And I don't know. None of these fall flat when it comes to flavor. It's going to be really hard to pick a winner because all three of these are great. I feel like the Blanton's bias of people who say, well, once you get into more into bourbon, Blanton's just kind of becomes bland. Because all three of these are good. I'm going to have to say this is probably one, and then these are a close 2 and 3. So, let's see. Yeah, that's good. So I like fruit forward. I like sweet bourbons. I'm a wheated bourbon, like, is my favorite type of bourbon. That's what this tastes like. You have the sweetness, but it's older, it's oaky, it's leathery, it has that tobacco finish. to me, this has got to be the 12, and this has got to be number 1. And I could be wrong. Like I said, I've been wrong before. But wow, is that not... Like, if this is not a good bourbon, then I don't know what good bourbon is, because this is good. Wow. Oh, yeah, that flavor goes right on through. Because that was my guess, was, like, the Blantons would be the one where the palate's great, and then the finish is just non-existent because it just kind of flatlines. So I'm a little confused because both of these didn't have that. Oh, that's good. Okay. Even after, cleansing my palate, still having a little bit of nothing on there, I'm gonna have to choose. This is 2, this is 3, this is 1. So I have to assume that this is 12 year, this is Elmer T. Lee, and this is Blanton's. Luckily for me, I have the answer key. So in third place is B. B is Blanton's. All right, yeah. Now, don't discount Blanton's. Blanton's is a fantastic bourbon. This and Eagle Rare, like this was what launched me into bourbon. I bought this on my birthday. We did the Bourbon Trail, and I was able to get this from the Buffalo Trace Distillery. This was like the king of bourbon for me. I was so excited to have purchased this, and I've told the story multiple times. This is what I opened on my engagement party night, the night I got engaged. Everybody loved it. I had Blanton's before. I went on a cruise and had it, and I loved it, and I still love it. It's a good bourbon. It's not something I'm going to sip on daily. I feel like after my palate has evolved and matured, Blanton's is good. It's just not that great compared to the other bourbons I've tried. So in second place, this is the letter C. C is Elmer T. Lee. C for Lee. Kind of surprising. So I have a little note of every bourbon I've tried. I've ranked them all. Elmer T. Lee is consistently like up there, like top, like 3, 4 up there. So very surprising that Weller 12 year, which I was initially disappointed in, and as you can tell, it is steadily going down as I continue to drink it because it has grown on me a lot. It is a wheated bourbon that's aged 12 years. It has that oakiness and that leather and that tobacco on the finish that like isn't overpowering, and then on like the palate it's nice and sweet, and it grows into that oaky, leathery tobacco finish, and it is such a complex bourbon that I can't stay away from it now, which is great because I'm glad I found another bourbon I really truly enjoy, but also bad because this is really, really hard to find. So I don't know how to feel about this one, but very surprised that Elmer T. Lee got beat out by it. Not surprised Blanton's came in last for me specifically. Some people think Blanton's is the best, and to them I say, hey, if you enjoy it more than any other bourbon, that's what you enjoy. And I mean, as you can tell, I do like this bottle. It is less than halfway being completed. I did share it with my my friends and my soon-to-be in-law, my soon-to-be father-in-law. So, you know, and that's what bourbon's for. So, no, you know, hurt feelings there. And I'll continue to share this because I haven't touched this myself besides for recording videos. And my friends love it. So, like, you know, whenever I, you know, have them come over, or I go over there and I bring this, like, people are going to drink it. And that's what matters, is the bourbon gets drank by people who truly enjoy it. And I do enjoy it. It's just not on the same level as these two. And mind you, this is 93 proof, and these are both 90. And, like, they're around the same price point, at least these two. In Ohio, the MSRP is about 85 for both of these. This is about 60. So, like, price point wise, like, these two should edge out this one, you know, and proof point wise, this should edge out these two, but it doesn't. I just feel that Blanton's kind of falls flat, and, you know, to me, I feel like an unfair assessment that the flavor just, you know, dive bombs off the face of the earth, because this was still exceptional bourbon. I still really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. And it was really hard to pick between these two. And, you know, secondary pricing, this is about 110. This is 250. So, and, you know, MSRP is the same price. And the fact that I had a hard time picking, you know, second and third between these two tells you a lot. Like, don't have that bias that, you know, you hear other people talk about, like, oh, like, Blanton's is for taters, or Blanton's is for people who don't really appreciate bourbon, or Blanton's is for people who are just getting into bourbon, and once you start to mature your palate, Blanton's is bad. Drink what you like. I really liked this. It was good. It was hard to pick, you know, Elmer T. Lee over it in the blind. So that goes to tell you, because Elmer T. Lee, if you haven't watched my top 10 video, this was high up there. This was third. So for Blanton's to be that close, and then for Weller 12 to beat it, I mean, for me, it's a surprise. I had a blind not too long ago that Antique 107 came in last place, and Jefferson Tropics was over it, and to me that was a big surprise. So you never know. You never know on this specific day what your palate wants. And today, Blanton's came in third, and Weller 12 came in first, and Elmer T. Lee was right in the middle. Closer to Blanton's than I'd like to admit. Either way, drink what you like. And, you know, if somebody judges you for what you like, then, you know, whatever. You know, I drink what I like, and I don't care what anybody else says. And, you know, that's just how I go about it. Well, hopefully this was insightful. If you were on the edge of picking certain bourbons and like, oh, well, you know, I don't want to spend the money for Elmer T. Lee, or I don't want to spend the money for Weller 12. Weller 12 is insane. I really, really like this. I have this above CYPB in my Weller blind. So, you know, don't sleep on Weller 12. Don't sleep on Elmer T. Lee. And definitely don't sleep on Blanton's. You know, if you have Blanton's and, you know, your palate has evolved and matured, and you're like, I'm above Blanton's now, go back and try it. You know, it'll surprise you. Blind it. See if it's really just the Blanton bias, or if it's just actually, to you, your palate has evolved and matured past Blanton's. But, you know, let me know your thoughts on the results. Let me know your thoughts on Blanton's. As like I said, it's one of the most popular bourbons on the planet. You know, John Wick drinks it. You know, it is just so well known, and most people get into bourbon and then they think Blanton's is the best of the best. And I'm interested to see what you think about that. Let me know, you know, if you think my results are bad. Let me know if you, you know, have different opinions, because, you know, I'm here to learn. I'm here to grow. And I hope you are too, because that's what this is all about, learning and growing and finding a community. So thank you for joining me, and until next time, cheers.